You have to go through PCI. Maybe it's your first time, maybe it's an annual revalidation. Choosing the right QSA is critical. So in this video, we're going to discuss what you should be asking and what you should be looking for in your QSA. I'm Sully Perella, a PCI practice leader here at Schellman, and I have been conducting PCI DSS assessments for over a decade. When you're looking to engage a QSA, maybe for the first time, maybe because it's part of your annual revalidation and you want some new eyes on your environment, there's a lot to consider. In selecting a QSA, the initial thing is, what are your qualifications? Now, every QSA has a set of qualifications they need to even be a QSA, but you should be considering the additional qualifications that they have. This includes their experience. The experience of your QSA should be relevant to what you do in your environment. When you think about the language frameworks that your organization depends upon, when you think about your environment and the technologies they're in, you want to know that they know how to do their job, to look at their configurations, the baselines, so that they're not trying to figure it out in the back end, and you can get the guidance you need to meet those controls. Another great consideration is scoping. You want to say, how do you scope an assessment? Now, truth be told, the PCI has some great guidance on how to scope assessments. And ultimately, you would hope that every QSA comes to the same conclusion about what a scope of an assessment is. But that's not always the case. It should be. So have them walk through that process with you. How do you scope an environment? What methods do you use? And this will demonstrate not only their familiarity with the standard, but also their comfort level with that process. So you've gotten to the point, you scoped it, and you're like, hey, I'm liking where this is going. You're then going to want to know who conducts the assessment. Is it the same person you're speaking with about how they scope? Or is it going to be somebody who's maybe an AQSA? It's not uncommon for QSA firms to use teams, and those teams can be comprised of people with a lot of experience and those don't. But you're going to be spending a lot of time with this person. Your point of contact is someone you need to trust, that they know what they're doing. Inevitably, there's going to be requirements that your organization doesn't need. Now, you identify the fault, this gets fixed, but for items that aren't going to be addressed, you'll need a compensating control. Knowing how an organization handles compensating controls is integral to your completing that assessment. Ask that question. How do you handle a compensating control? What guidance do you provide to get there? Obviously, the QSA must remain independent, but they can still provide guidance based upon that experience that you're seeking. The last consideration I'll propose is you want to know, moving forward, is your environment going to meet the next standard? Other security concerns that may be seen in the environment? As a moment-in-time assessment, your QSA is making judgment calls on whether or not you're meeting a standard. Additionally, your organization is going to want to know what's around the corner. With PCI 4.0 coming into play, well, do we meet those requirements now? Your QSA needs to be able to provide you the guidance so that your organization can meet those next steps without having a compliance gap the next iteration. Choosing a QSA is hard, not gonna lie. PCI is hard, but the right QSA can make that process a lot smoother. Choose this organization wisely. We want to do your assessment. You have questions? You want to know what our capabilities are, how we do these things? Reach out to us on our website. We'd love to talk to you.